Citizen Vigilante. Who has seen it?
I've just seen clips on social media.
Okay.
When he kills the family at the end.
That's basically all you need to see. You get the clip they show. Yeah.
It has topped the charts. Before I'm going to share this news here. What did you think, Badger, of the film?
It's kind of like the person who said Death Wish. That was in response to like a crime epidemic in New York. And this is a crime epidemic in many countries of what's happening. So it's very prescient. It's fine. But also, I'm not the biggest Uwe Boll fan, even though we speak his name.
I'm not going to sit here and defend Uwe Boll and say he's a great filmmaker. But also I happen to like exploitation movies.
Yeah, me too.
They're fun. The 70s is filled with them. Pam Grier. Quentin Tarantino could chew your ear talking all about cheesy exploitation films that inspired much of his career. And and whatever you think, Armie Hammer had a chance with a comeback with this. He was offered the movie, just offered. No,
he didn't phone it in.
He did, and having seen the film, he was very good. Alan being the only positive review on Rotten Tomatoes for that film.
Is that 20% now?
What'd you say? But Uwe Boll, he reached out to Elon Musk, who shared the movie on X. It's the top of the charts on Amazon. It's #1 now. You can buy, rent. It's, affordably priced. Already announcing Citizen Vigilante 2 with an AI-made trailer. And
hold on.
It looks like Citizen Vigilante may be coming to America. If you look at this image, that is from Uwe Boll's official X account announcing a follow-up. It says he comes to America. Citizen Vigilante 2. And he says, in his post, he says, coming in 2027. What do we think of this, folks?
First of all, I don't believe he's going to film it in America.
Yeah,
he may or may not, but whatever. What do we think of this and what you know of? Look, you need to study this success of Citizen Vigilante. This movie is in a short list of movies that become divisive, and you can pick apart this movie all you want. Certainly, you can pick apart the exploitation aspects. But there was another movie I would say that was championed by people because of its politics, and that was One Battle After Another, which a lot of people did not see, but it went on to win how many Oscars? How many?
There's a big difference, though.
Well,
that one was trying to push a version of reality that wasn't real, and this movie came out right after that little grape study of 250,000 women and the percentage that were this ethnicity, and like that actually is happening. So it's
that's what I put in my review. It's the gaslighting that all the other films are, and this one dares you just rip it from the headlines, the actual headlines, and say you're not crazy, this is actually happening.
And needs to be stopped. Like this is insane that we've gotten to this level.
Or you're gonna get someone like Sanders here to stop it for you.
Yes.
I'm really curious, Blaine. Are there enough reviews on Criticless? Where does it stand?
I was actually shocked. I just shared it. We have 56 reviews, which I was not expecting, but I guess when you make it free, that's going to happen. It's at a 62%, which I think kind of falls in line. That's kind of around where I think Al had it right. And the scores are kind of all over the place, but obviously leaning upwards. So for our audience, especially, that kind of tracks. But I want to see it just because I'm curious, and I despised One Battle After Another, and I want to see the other side of this coin. But people seem to be at least responding to it, and it's wild that Elon made this thing free, and that's obviously why we have so many people that are showing up to review it. So
it's gonna be a Punisher movie.
Sounds fair.
This could have just been a Punisher movie.
Right.
Rob, you're an indie filmmaker. Do you think? I'm sure Elon must have paid Uwe to post.
Oh, I bet he did. I mean, it's a drop in the bucket for Elon. I thought it was kind of a cool gimmicky thing, but yeah, I think what's really interesting about this is that he's not just going after. I mean, in the movie, like the family he kills, the sons did it, and they thought they could get away with it because their religion, their belief system tells them that everybody that's not a part of that belief system are infidels. So that's why they think they can get away with doing raping and pillaging. And you know, Armie Hammer's like, that's incompatible with the Western way of life. And you don't get to do that. And the daughter, you know, and the thing is, what you watch in that scene, they're espousing ideas that are happening all over the world right now. You know, Europe is having to contend with whether look at what's happened in Sweden. And what you've got is you have people that just have different values. And when you're importing people that have no interest in assimilating into a culture and they're just going to retain their own values, and you end up with a clash of civilization, and then we in the West want to be nice about it. Well, you know, we have to understand. Whereas Uwe Boll saying, no, we don't. Because if you're here, it's a privilege. You have to work hard. You want to be part of a democratic Western civilization where you get everything in the world, well, then you have to abide by our rules. And there is that frustration. So, I mean, it's based on what these kinds of exploitation movies are always about the same thing. You have a group of people that stand up for themselves when you have we, the audience, wish that there was a guy that could do something illegal, you know, to save us. And it's wish fulfillment, and we like seeing violence and we like seeing mayhem. And this movie is, I mean, Death Wish, there's been how many rape revenge films? It's a whole genre. I mean, you think back to Thriller, A Cruel Picture, you think back to Last House on the Left. I mean, these were movies that were being made all the time in the 70s because you had this kind of rampant crime in our urban environments in New York and Chicago and other places. And then Charles Bronson would step up, or the Robert Ginty's The Exterminator would step up and take care of business.
No, John Wick is just one big revenge of something horrible happening. We like when bad things happen to bad people.
Well, Taken was, you know, Liam Neeson's daughter. Was it 2008 in France? She was abducted to turn into a sex slave. That was happening. So it's, you know, this is where the anger comes out. I do think this movie is so specific in the way it addresses the reason for because Armie Hammer's character goes and visits. Do you want, you know, justice? And
What
he goes
do you
after,
want?
not
What
just
do you
what
want?
you want. And he asks her, it's like, okay, I'm going to give it to you. It isn't just the boys that did the deed. It's the judge that let them off.
Right.
And that's the problem, that this is taken from the headlines. It's real. And it may inspire someone. And if something doesn't happen, I think that's the way it's going to end up going.
Yeah. Morally speaking, though, this is the issue I had with it was I think innocent people died at his hands, as well as there are people who died and it didn't match, the punishment didn't match the crime. And you speak of the family, it's like, okay, the mother and daughter, okay, maybe they were complicit, but I don't think that was a death sentence. The cops who were raiding his compound, I think they were doing, half of them were at least doing their job, I want to think.
Yeah.
And so I think if there's in two, I want to feel like that there's going to become like a reckoning for Sanders, that maybe he's gone too far,
maybe,
and have to deal with that. We'll see.